VAR outrage, Bayern's busy weekend, Bale is back, there's a transfer roundup, a Friday feels roundup, and Emoji Mondays all coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host Matt Phillipe, you are the Onefootballers, and this is the Daily News. First off to the VAR outrage which plagued the Premier League this weekend, especially in the Manchester City against Spurs game on Saturday evening. Now as you all know, it finished 2-2 and in typical Tottenham fashion, they tried to throw it away right at the end of the game. Gabriel Jesus scored the winner, or so he thought, in injury time, only for VAR to call that a handball had taken place beforehand, so the goal was not allowed. Of course, this completely mirrored what happened in the Champions League back in April, where Raheem Sterling had his late winner called out as well. So what actually happened? Well, it hit Laporte's arm, found its way to Jesus, and he scored, and Pep Guardiola said after the game that they have to accept it. For me though, this is completely against what Guardiola said a few months ago. So during that Champions League match, the ball hit Fernando Llorente's arm, it brushed it, and he scored, thus giving Tottenham the win on away goals. After that game, Pep Guardiola said we need more VAR, it should have been a handball, blah blah blah. So then suddenly when it happens for his side, for Laporte, he suddenly thinks it's a bit of a joke. Seems to be inconsistencies there from Pep Guardiola. In my eyes, VAR has absolutely nothing to do with it, it's the handball rule. Of course, I think it's very harsh to give this as a handball. Laporte is just trying to head the ball, he's not even looking at his arm, he's not even thinking about which position his arm is in, and it's so unfortunate that it's happened to brush against it. According to the new rules, this is a handball, but if it was the other way around and it hit the defender's arm, it wouldn't be a penalty. Of course, it all gets very confusing, but blaming VAR is absolutely nothing to do with it. It's all to do with the handball rule, which I think is very harsh, and City did deserve a winner after a shocking display from Tottenham. But away from the Premier League and to the Bundesliga, which kicked off on Friday night with Bayern Munich surprisingly drawing at home to Hertha Berlin. Robert Lewandowski was the saviour on the night as they drew 2-2, but that kick-started a very busy weekend for the German champions. Michael Cuisance, I think that's how you pronounce it, the midfielder from Gladbach, was brought in for 10 million, and in the last few moments they finally agreed to bring in Phillipe Coutinho. They've taken him off of Barcelona's hands on a one-year loan with an option to buy next summer. This means that the Brazilian's nightmarish 18 months is over, and he can look forward to linking up with the likes of Lewandowski and Thomas Müller, as well as others in the Bayern Munich attack. What it also means though is that Bayern Munich's transfer window looks to be done, because they aren't going to be bringing in Mario Mandzukic or Timo Werner. This is according to Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, who said that neither of the deals will be happening. As for Timo Werner, he was busy banging them in the back of the net as RB Leipzig got off to a fantastic start in a 4-0 victory over newly promoted Union Berlin. Bayern Munich dropping points also meant that Dortmund had an even better weekend than expected as they smashed Augsburg 5-1, with Jadon Sancho getting on the score sheet and grabbing an assist to only continue to rise as one of the best youngsters in European football. But talking of players been taking off of other teams' hands, that's what Zinedine Zidane would have hoped happened to Gareth Bale, but it didn't, and anyway, he actually started over the weekend. Zidane put Bale into the squad after an injury to Eden Hazard, and he repaid the faith from his manager by setting up the opening goal in Real Madrid's 3-1 win over Celta Vigo. Toni Kroos smashed in an absolute screamer and Luka Modric got sent off, but overall it seems to be rather impressive that Zidane put all his thoughts to the side and put Bale in the first team. He said after the game that Bale looks likely to stay, and it can only be a positive thing if he and the rest of the team respect the shirt that they are playing for. Now either he actually genuinely was happy that Bale's back in the team and doing good bits, or he was secretly even happier because Barcelona had lost the night before. Yes, La Liga kicked off on Friday night with a stunning goal from 38-year-old Adriz up front for Athletic Bilbao, who managed to give his side all 3 points over a Messi-less Barcelona. Now for those of you who haven't seen it, I implore that you go and check it out. It's a bicycle kick from a deep cross on the edge of the box, so someone is going to have to produce something special if that goal is not going to win goal of the season. For all of you Barcelona fans out there saying, oh, you hate us yet again, blah blah blah, no I don't. Nothing against Barcelona or Lionel Messi. Calm the hell down. It was just an unbelievable goal. So if you Barcelona fans haven't smashed the screen for getting annoyed that someone said something against your team, let's go on to a roundup of the day's transfer news. PSG are going to be making a bid for Emre Can after Maurizio Sarri told the midfielder he's no longer needed at Juventus. Ashley Cole has retired. Alexis Sanchez could follow Romelu Lukaku in heading to Inter Milan. And lastly but not least, it's not even a piece of transfer news, but Dani Alves scored on his Sao Paulo debut as they won 1-0. It's not transfers, but I just thought it was cool to mention anyway. So next up, we come to roundup of your Friday feels, where you guys left your predictions for the weekend's football in Friday's Daily. First up, and Babu Sarr said that Liverpool would win 2-1 at Southampton, which they did. Ante Stewari guessed that Aubameyang would score and Arsenal would be victorious, which they were over Burnley. And did Yanshu Singh guess that Real Madrid would win 3-1 over Celta Vigo, which, as I just mentioned, they did. So last but not least, we come to Emoji Mondays. Now, for those of you that were around last Monday, you'll know that we used 3 emojis to describe 3 different parts of the weekend's football. First off, and the best player for me, goes to Kevin De Bruyne. An unbelievable performance for Manchester City, which included 2 brilliant assists and just some general all-round fantastic play from the captain. The worst player of the weekend has to go to Adrian. Liverpool's standing goalkeeper had an absolute howler which Danny Ings punished and could have threatened their 3 points down on the south coast. Last but not least, the victory of the weekend goes to Rennes, who managed to beat PSG 2-1. A PSG without Neymar, who still looks to be heading out of the club. So there you have it. Let me know your Emoji Mondays down below and all of your thoughts on the rest of today's daily news. Whilst you're there, you can also smash the like button and click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on OneFootball. But until next time, I will see you guys later.